So this was a rather fabulous boat trip we had out in the estuary to see the Red Sands forts, the Mansell forts. So these are like Second World War forts. And it was like a chartered boat from Leigh-on-Sea, and Andy Downs, who's in South Africa, organised it for about 10 of us to go out painting. So we had, so we went out, set off, it was the end of July, we set off at 5 o'clock in the morning, I think it was, as the tide was going out. So I got up at 3:30, and then we had about an hour in each place, painting on a boat, which I've tried painting in a canoe before. Yeah, so that's quite exciting thing to do. So this was my first one of the forts. Obviously they're all quite sketchy, and I may do a tiny bit more to it, but I won't do too much because I want to just keep them as they were really. Might be a nice project to work from maybe the sketch and some of my photos and do a bigger version. That was that one. After that we had a look at, well, we didn't actually paint the Montgomery, but it was the Montgomery ship over in Kent, so we had a quick look at that. Then we came back, and this is the Mulberry Harbour, just off of Thorpe Bay and Shoebury-Ness. Do you know Mulberry? So this was they were like floating pontoons from the Second World War, and this one ran aground and broke. So I don't know if they towed it to here or that's as far as it got. So, but that is, I've actually walked out to this. You can, at low tide, you can walk out to it. It's about a mile or so's walk.
Where is it?
This is, Thorpe Bay and Shoebury, so it's over that way. You can see it, I walked out and painted it and sketched it once, but this was from the boat, kind of looking back. So this is the land behind it. So that's that one. And then not like that, but this one was like some of the folks on the boat as we were going along. So I did get that one finished. And then this one was just the end of the pier. So that was our last stop. So we had about, as I say, we had about an hour in each place. So a little on the end of the pier. And that was it really. So that's my very, very busiest day in the summer. I also kind of went places like Scotland and a little bit of Suffolk. I'll bring some of those another day. That's my day out with the artists. Exactly. Yeah, we had, I think we probably got back about 3 in the afternoon. So we had about probably, I don't know, maybe 10 hours, so perhaps about 10 hours. Yeah.
My daughter took her poet out. Nadia Caroline's still there, just up from Clapton.
Oh, right, yeah, that poet, yeah. Because I think these were used apparently for pirate radio at one point. I don't know if they got moved on or what happened, but apparently a long time ago they got these pirate radios.
Still there. Doesn't look like anyone's on it.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, so I thought today I'll just do a little bit of a drawing demo just to get us back into it. So flowers is the theme for the month. So it could be like almost like flower portraits if you wanted, or if you wanted to do like a still life with flowers, part of a still life, or it could be flowers in the garden. Do however you want to interpret it. So I'll do a couple of demos over the next few weeks. Thought just kick off with a little bit of drawing. So this one I started this morning. I'll just carry this on a little bit really. So the idea is perhaps just to get, if I was going to paint or draw a flower like that, just to get a rough idea of the overall shape that it would fit into to start with. So just drawing quite lightly, just starting, I've done this in pastel pencil, but whatever you were using, just something quite light, just to almost like feel your way around the space. That would be the first point. And then I find something like the petals, sometimes it helps to just imagine where the centres would be. So I've got that one, just that, and then there's another one next door to it about there. And then this one here would be here, and then this really big petal would come out here. And they're coming out almost like from the base of this, really, rather than sort of high up. And we've got a few here. And then really it is just about taking your time and just looking carefully at the shapes that you can see. So this bit here almost sort of starts about there, comes up a little bit, and then following up there, I can't really see its middle, and that's about as much as I can see of that one. And then we're into this one, which starts a little bit further over. Actually, I'm going to start from this end because it's just a little bit easier to see. So we've got the round of that shape. There's a little bit of a notch in there. And then this side seems to be a bigger arc, really, broader curve. And then that curves in there. And you've got these sort of lines. I could really just use the paint for those. And then onto the next one, there's one tucked in just in here. And then onto this nice big petal, which will start out here. And it's really about just taking your time, just seeing one in relation to another, just really trying to see the character of the shapes. Like that, and then I can't actually see the tip, so I'll just end it where I think it would end something a bit like that. There's a slight fold in there. Perhaps come in from this side, comes like that, and then it curls right down. And it's just almost like drawing at a snail's pace, just looking carefully at the shapes I can see, follow it around. So that's basically what I would do, just kind of take my time. That feels a bit big actually, doesn't it? So maybe let's make that bit thinner, just change that a little bit, and slightly shorter. That feels a bit better, so let's lose that. Well, that's basically the process that I would go through drawing. Just take your time, work out roughly where you want things to go. Another kind of drawing you can do is, I'll just do a little bit on this as well. It's what they call compositional drawing. So this is just working out, how much or how little you want to include. So this particular still life is quite nice, but it might be, I wouldn't mind just cropping that down, maybe just having that bit. In which case, perhaps something like, actually I'll do that a little bit lower. That's one shape, this could be another. And then with a compositional drawing, quite often what I do is draw a rectangle around. So this is sort of visualising the shape that I want to draw in. And I tend to do that within the middle of the page, because if I want to, take a bit off that, I can do, or if I want to make it a bit wider, I've still got room to make it wider. So that can be quite nice. And then it doesn't have to be quite so detailed, really. It's more like almost like a plan, a painting plan. So something like that might be enough. Just use different colour, and then just working out how much light and dark. This might be quicker actually to put in with paint, but just to try and planning out the light areas and the dark areas. Because really with any painting, what you really need is a strong design, and that's the crucial bit. So how much you choose to include or not include is really quite crucial. Most of these photos, a lot of these I've been given, but most of my photos, I quite often crop them to a certain shape and size anyway, that creates a strong design. But that's something that you really, is really important to think about, just how much and how little you include. So the next one will be in there somewhere. And then maybe that's too much, maybe just take a little bit off there. Okay, so a couple of bits of planning you can do. Yep.
The last one, right, you get the petal that folds over.
Yeah.
And no matter how hard you do it, it looks wrong.
Right.
It's sort of twisted like that.
Yeah, they can do. Yeah.
So how do you overcome that? You not do it, obviously, or what?
No, I try and make it look believable. Yeah. It comes down to seeing it's more like to do with that really. In that sort of drawing, it wouldn't matter because you're just getting a general impression. The big areas of light and dark. I probably need something a bit better to block that in with, but yeah, it'd be easier to sort of illustrate with. Yeah, I need something to twist.
The other picture.
Yeah.
The leaf that was at the bottom.
This
It's
one.
cutting over. See the one? No. See,
This one?
no, the outside.
Here?
That's it. Yeah.
That? Yeah, that one we're almost seeing edge on, aren't we?
Edge on that.
Yeah, so it's something like, it's coming out here, dips down a little bit, and then it carries on fairly horizontally, then I'll just see a little bit of the edge just in here. Something like that. And then actually what you can see under there is the underside of that, which is there. And then up across, and it dips down. It's the same sort of thing, just kind of following the shapes and the contours. What you do find though is sometimes things just look a bit awkward and ugly. So something like that one, I found that didn't look quite right. So I thought it might be better to just extend that out. That feels like it's been cut and folded over or not. So sometimes a little bit of idealising the shapes, making the shapes look more aesthetically pleasing. Or that one might be turned at a funny angle. Maybe that might look better if it's just coming out here a bit more. So, that's your starting point, that's the reference. You can then take it where you want and make your own painting out of it. Is that okay? Yep. Right, okay, so now to